Good afternoon, sports fans. Hopefully, everybody had a wonderful Friday night. If you played some DFS, I hope it went well. And if you didn't, hopefully, you just had a good night doing whatever it is you like to do with your Friday nights.
Yeah, another fun slate of baseball to break down. We got a day slate also with about half the game, so a normal Saturday.
No doubt about it, guys. If you want a membership to the website, guys, weekly memberships get you both sports. Head on down to the link below, sign on up, and we'll get you all the members-only videos and write-ups that you might possibly need. Subscribe to the station if you're new to it, and if you could do me a huge courtesy and click the thumbs up button, I would be very, very appreciative of that. So let's talk about pitching today. There's about 3 starting pitchers today coming in as relatively chalky, and one of them is Framber Valdez of the Houston Astros. I feel like for a while we've kind of always waited for the other shoe to drop on this guy, and maybe he's just this good. One earned run allowed in all of his starts this year. I don't know if I'd go as far as to call him a perfect play. This isn't Jacob deGrom taking on the Tigers, but what our options are today, he seems to have as much upside as anybody on the slate, and also as reliable as anybody on the slate.
Yeah, he's really grown on me. I've become more of a Valdez fan as I've watched him pitch more. The White Sox are not a team we want to go out of our way to pick on, but with no Luis Robert, no Eloy Jimenez, those are 2 of their better right-handed hitters. Obviously, you still got to get around Abreu and Anderson, but you like Moncada better against righties. They've got some holes in there right now. So I like Valdez a lot. I can see a pitcher's go in this game. And at home, there's a lot to like about him here.
Next up, let's move over to cash lock for the day. So let's not bite the hand that fed us last night. Ohtani was a beast, 30 DK points, double bombs. Going to be popular again today. Matched up with Detroit. Honestly, it almost doesn't even matter who's pitching for Detroit, because as we were kind of joking around, they just don't really have any good players. I'm kind of half kidding. Scooble's not a complete trash can, but just overall, you got a bullpen game for Detroit, and their bullpen is weak. So there's a reason the Angels will get some love today, and it's led by their, with Trout out, their best player. Ohtani is having a beast of a season. 21 home runs now after last night. He's got big upside every time he walks out there. Clearly, he's not seen it poorly right now as he hit 2 home runs last night. Duly eligible, so you can play him at first or in the outfield. Even a little bit cheaper than last night.
Yeah, ton to like about him again here. I would say that as far as Detroit goes, yeah, they do have a couple young arms, Scooble and Casey Mize, who look like they're on the up and up, but those guys aren't aces yet. And aside from that, they got a lot of gas cans. We saw Urena last night. What are we going to see? Wiley Peralta tonight with some of the bullpen. Yeah, Ohtani's in one of the better spots on the slate, and he's just one of the best players in baseball. It's doing something that we haven't seen before as far as, pitching at an elite level and hitting at an elite level. He's fun to watch, man.
Hitting bombs, too. He leads the league in big home runs this year as far as 425 feet plus. He is just a beast.
He's a big man.
Yes, he is. All right, next up. After talking him through, I was going to tell you I was going to use him, but you wanted to go with Ty France. So, hey, everybody wins over here. Key number, 2 of them. 2,600, 77 DK points over the past 5 games.
Yeah, Coggin the machine type, good against left-handed pitching. I don't call him a must, but, man, 2,600 hitting at the top of the Seattle lineup against a guy that maybe we don't want to, all-out stack, but we're certainly not afraid to pick a few hitters against. A ton to like about France here.
No doubt. And this is just one of those guys who actually has upside for his price tag and just really lets you do other things with your lineup as far as getting the Ohtanis of the world or other high price bets.
Yep.
All right. Next up, another guy that, there's 2 terms overuse over here. More solid than spectacular, and Coggin the machine. And I think Tapia is a perfect definition of both. He's not a guy who's going to hit 3 home runs in a game and give you those 50 to 60 DK point games that you pray for, that you want to get. Those are rare anyways. But this guy just produces and produces and produces. He's very affordable at 3,500. He's playing very well right now. 8+ DK points in 7 straight games, hitting at the top of a Colorado lineup that will get a little love tonight, matched up with Adrian Hauser. So we talked about Hauser for a while on the members only video, and why you don't go out of your way to pick on Hauser because he's in Coors Field, because he's a sinker baller who primarily just gets ground balls. That being said, we don't mind picking a couple bats against Hauser wherever he's pitching. So the fact that he's in Coors, it doesn't make it worse. It's just not as big of a detriment to him as it is like a fly ball pitcher. So Tapia is way too cheap at 3,500. He's playing well. He should be popular. He's a easy look for me in cash games.
Yeah, he looks really good here. I'm a huge Tapia fan. And 3,500 leading off, playing really well. He's got stolen base equity. And I like the point about Hauser. we're not going after Hauser because he's in Coors. We're going after Hauser because he's not that great. And him being in Coors doesn't really matter here. So just keep that in the back of your mind.
Yeah, Adrian Hauser is he's a guy. You know what I mean? He's not bad. He's not good. He's just a guy. So on a slate like this, I definitely don't mind a red-hot hitter at 3,500 who does enough things that do the things that DK rewards. So he's going to be popular today as well. He just makes a lot of sense in cash games.
For sure.
All right, so the flip side of this game is going to be the Brewers taking on Austin Gomber. So Austin Gomber, I know, is a guy that we've been looking at a lot this year, and he's pitched very, very well for Colorado. He had a god-awful start against San Francisco and got absolutely destroyed. But other than that, has been good for most of the season. I know he's actually really started to grow on you as well. That being said, we both gut feel and think Milwaukee's got a relatively big offensive game coming soon. Doesn't mean it's going to be tonight, but it's on the forefront. And I think our overall favorite hitter from this game, we agree on it being Luis Urias, who he's been real up and down for Milwaukee. Young guy. He's got, stretches for, 5 to 10 days where he looks like, man, we got the better end of that Trent Grisham deal. And then we flip it around and he'll go 3 weeks. You're like, holy cow, I can't believe we came up with Trent Grisham for this, dud. Well, he's starting to play well again right now, seeing the ball very, very well. Back-to-back multiple hit games, monster game last night, and very affordable for, a guy in Coors Field with dual eligibility.
Yeah, I like Urias a lot here. You took all my points, so I don't have much to say. As far as Gomber goes, man, do you think that the Rockies won the deal with St. Louis, Arenado for Gomber?
No.
This year they have.
I mean, sure, and they're definitely saving some money.
You know what it reminds me a little bit of? Olenek for Oladipo.
I would never have thought about that, but it's not a bad comparison.
I don't know. Long-term. Yeah, because the long term, obviously you'll take Arenado or the Oladipo side, but I don't know. Are we too quick to that?
Well, here's my thoughts. Who is Victor Oladipo? I mean, honestly, I know he was an all-star. Was that 3 years ago now? 2 or 3 years ago? He was really good. He looked like an emerging, he was already becoming a star, but potentially maybe an emerging, legit, number 2 option on a championship level team. And now he's been hurt over and over and over again. I'm just not sure who Victor Oladipo is right now. And honestly, Kelly Olynyk balled towards the end of the year. So, my thoughts on him are maybe he's better than I ever realized.
Yeah, I have no arguments with any of that.
So I don't know. I think that one's yet to be determined. It still looks like the optics of turning James Harden into Kelly Olynyk looks like the ultimate worst move of all time. But I don't know. What were you getting out of that deal anyways with him just wanting and only willing to go to one team?
For sure. No doubt.
So, all right, guys, that's it for today. Wish you all the best of luck. Click that thumbs up button. Go win yourself some money tonight. We'll see you a little bit later.
Thanks, guys.